In a remote village surrounded by endless stretches of green rice fields, where the air was always filled with the gentle rustle of leaves and the songs of hidden creatures, a small but meaningful tale was quietly taking shape. Among the stalks of rice, a sparrow with soft brown feathers was hard at work. With patience and care, she gathered slender strands of straw and dried grass, weaving them together with delicate precision until they formed a warm and sturdy nest. It was not just any nest, but a safe and comforting home where she would soon welcome new life. When her work was done, the sparrow settled into her creation, resting gently upon her precious eggs. Each day she waited with steadfast devotion, her heart brimming with anticipation. She sat through the sunrises and sunsets, through the whispers of the wind and the calm of the night, never once wavering in her dedication. At last, one morning, the long-awaited moment arrived. The shells began to crack, and out emerged tiny, fragile chicks, their downy feathers soft and their voices full of innocent cries. The sparrow's heart overflowed with love as she devoted herself entirely to their care. From that moment onward, every day she soared across the rice fields and nearby woods, gathering grains and small insects to feed her hungry little ones. Her wings may have been small, but they carried a strength far greater than their size, a strength fueled by the boundless devotion of a mother. For some time, life was peaceful in their cozy nest, until one day, after returning from her foraging, the mother sparrow found her chicks chirping with alarm. They told her that a farmer had visited the field, speaking of how his children would soon come to harvest the rice. Still too young to fly, the chicks trembled in fear, terrified that their fragile home would be destroyed. The mother sparrow, however, remained calm. In her gentle voice, she reassured them not to worry. She told them that nothing would happen the next day, and as she predicted, the morning passed without any disturbance. The rice fields remained untouched, and the chicks sighed with relief. Days slipped by, and once again, the farmer returned. This time he declared that he would send hired workers to harvest the rice. The chicks were filled with panic once more, but their mother soothed their fears as she always did, telling them not to be afraid. True to her words, the next day came and went, and no one arrived. Their little world continued undisturbed. Weeks passed in this way, until one afternoon, the sparrow returned to a different report from her chicks. This time, their voices were not frantic but cautious as they explained what the farmer had said. He had promised to return the next morning to cut the rice himself. For the first time, the mother sparrow felt a shift within her. She knew this promise was unlike the others, and with gentle urgency she told her chicks that it was time to leave the nest and find a safer place. Confused, the little ones asked why she believed the farmer now, when she had dismissed his words so many times before. The mother looked at them tenderly and explained that when the farmer relied on his children or on the laborers, the task was never truly in his control, for he depended on others to act. But now, since he had decided to take the work upon himself, it would surely be done. She told them that when a person takes responsibility into their own hands, they remove all doubt, because action always follows resolve. With her guidance, the chicks followed her to safety, their wings now strong enough to carry them. The time the farmer had wasted had unknowingly given them the chance to learn how to fly, and by the next morning, when the farmer arrived to cut the rice, the nest was empty. The family had already moved on, building a new home in a safer place, while the farmer finally harvested his rice undisturbed. Through this simple yet powerful tale, the mother sparrow had not only protected her young but also passed down a lesson that would stay with them forever. She showed them the strength of self-reliance, the importance of responsibility, and the truth that depending too much on others often leads to disappointment. It is good to seek help when needed, but one must never forget that the surest way to see something done is to take it into your own hands. And so, the sparrow's story reminds us all that within each of us lies the strength to take charge of our lives, to trust in our abilities, and to rise with confidence. For when we accept responsibility and act with determination, there is no task too great and no obstacle too high.